and you hear something in the middle of the night. Well, what are you going to do? So I'm gonna grab my shit. I'm gonna grab my gun. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's the neighbor that I don't like that's coming over to take my goats or whatever. So these dudes were probably unassuming. I don't ever know. Maybe they were really bad. I don't remember. But this dude comes out and he's like behind the Hilux and he walks out and I just see him with the AK and he like pulls it up, man. Just like bam, bam. Hit him twice. Then all hell breaks loose. So yeah, deployment 2 done.
Did you guys get in any gunfights in that deployment?
Yeah, deployment 2 was crazy, man. So it was it wasn't crazy. It was relatively non-eventful, man. At that point, our platoon sergeant has switched out. We have a new guy. We had a new guy who's still in the Army. Tactically, just a man, genius. His tactical questioning, that's why he's still in the Army, amongst other reasons. But he wasn't the most personable guy. So things in the platoon changed, So we didn't get in a lot of gunfights, man. He was really good at managing what we were doing on the battlefild. But we got in a gunfight the last night. And so we downloaded ammo. We thought we were rolling out. Like it was 24 hours. We were going to be back home. And, whomever that was in the targeting cell or whatever information came down was like, hey, Abu, whomever, or whomever is, he's out, and we gotta go hit this target. And I think we were supporting one of the SEAL teams, and so we do an offset. And this is the first time I got in a gunfight, So we do an offset infill, and we're the tier 1 dudes are hitting the building, and we got the tent, some goat herders or whatever. And man, and then this is where some other stuff, when you look back and you're like, oh man, like that was messed up, man. Because all the dudes we smoked or tier 1 or the Army or the militaries, not everybody was bad, man. It's a different mentality. Everybody thinks that you have somebody that is anti-military and they think of that as a war crime. It's like, nah, man, you don't know what it's like. If somebody has a gun, I don't have time to differentiate whether or not they may be a threat or not.
Not to mention the language barrier.
The language barrier, yeah. It's not like, yo, what's up, man? You cool? It's like, no, I don't know what their intent is. So
and that target set too. You guys aren't just going after target. You guys are going after bomb makers.
We're going after the big
worst
dudes.
Of the worst.
Yeah, we had the deck of cards. You remember the deck of cards? We had the deck of cards. Those are the dudes. Zakharwi, we're going after big time players. So yeah. Last mission, re-upload ammo. I think we were taking ready mags and going out, and we set up an L shape on this tent. I'm on the far left with my team leader at the time, and we got a Turk with us. And he starts doing a call out on the tent. Meanwhile, simultaneously they're hitting this building over here. They take contact at the building, and I think it actually happened after we took contact, but we didn't. We initiated contact, or I did. That's what was wild is. These dudes are in the tent. They start hearing, imagine that, dude. You're passed out in a tent, man. You're a goat herder, man. You probably don't speak well. You're not well educated. You definitely don't read. Not to assume that all of them didn't, and you hear something in the middle of the night. Well, what are you going to do? So I'm gonna grab my shit. I'm gonna grab my gun. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's the neighbor that I don't like that's coming over to take my goats or whatever. So these dudes were probably unassuming. I don't ever know. Maybe they were really bad. I don't remember, but. This dude comes out and he's like behind the Hilux and he walks out and I just see him with the AK and he like pulls it up, man. Just like bam, bam, hit him twice. Then all hell breaks loose. And that was the first time, not to get into all the details of it.
No, I think the details are,
details
matter.
Was that impactful? No, man. He had a gun. He was, justifiable. And it was not like there was any issues. Not like I got reprimanded by anybody. If anything, then the weapons squad that was on the other side of the L opened up, man. We were mowing down goats and shit. It was crazy. That was the first time I ever rounds were the position that was set up worked and it was effective and all the things we were doing all came together in that time. We started taking fire from a building and down the way or whatever, and that's when you quickly realize you need to go through every magazine you have because you try to slap one of them cheap mags into your gun and it doesn't catch, and you end up just tossing that thing because it's junk, and that's where your PCIs, your PCIs, PCCs, you know, come in.
Pre-combat checks, pre-combat inspections.
Yeah, that's where all that stuff comes into play. But yeah, so we do this whole thing. Grenade was thrown by us, and you know, me and my buddy crawl up to the tent, you know, under my team leader's discretion, and it looks like this dude's got a vest, and he's still alive, man. And you know, whatever, we smoked this dude, and that's where I was like, whoa. Like this, and I grew up hunting, man. Like, mad credit to my dad, dude. I grew up hunting in a high school where there was no hunters. You know, my dad hunted not growing up, but he hunted later, you know, after he got out of Vietnam. So like, he had a bunch of guys. So I used to go down and hunt. I learned what it was like to harvest an animal. But now all of a sudden I'm overseas and this stuff happens. And I didn't know how impactful it would be down the road. Less than 24 hours, dude. I'm back in Washington. And I'm supposed to just be out doing my thing, you know, out with the GP, the general population, you know, no counseling. And not to say they should have had that, but there was nothing, man. It was literally just like, right on. I wrote my sworn statement. I still have it to this day, you know, talking about what I saw, what my experiences was, you know, what happened when I pulled the trigger, you know. But whoever it was, the higher leadership came over. They do SSE, sensitive site exploitation. They do that, and they're like, yeah, we get on, we leave.